Wigan will be against Hull Kingston Rovers on Monday. Saints at home to Castleford. It's a busy weekend for all the players, the coaches, as Pat Richards prepares to get us underway again, second half. Here we go, 40 minutes away, deep, high, hanging under the sticks. Makinson's underneath it, and here come the Saints.
And St Helens realise, and Nathan Brown no doubt would have told them in that break, that they really have to muscle up a bit more in defence. Remember, Wigan have made 8 clean breaks, but to nullify that, the handling errors, 9. So they had the opportunity, and this could be a good chance for Saints. Back on the inside.
Makinson is brought to ground by Logan Tompkins. I think that was a breakdown that far side by young Personal, wasn't it? Here is Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Howarth is in at dummy half. They're inside the 20. Howarth gets the ball to Paul Clough. Nathan Brown's asked for a brisk start, obviously. Here is the last tackle this set of 6. It's with Wilkin. He stabs the kick in. Old Tompkins with a little fumble, but they're going to get a repeat set. Good work.
Yeah, good work by Jordan Turner and also by the fullback Sam Tompkins. Had to be read it superbly, bouncing all over. He's been a bit of a jitterbug. And there's a break. It was good stuff. Great stuff by Percival. Got back on the inside. They recovered well, though, did the Warriors.
Nathan Brown's men have forced 3 goal line dropouts. Wigan have yet to get one.
Well, you have to credit St Helens, because if they are to go down in this game...
Look at this goal line dropout, wow. 30 metres away from the Saints line.
Absolutely massive. There's a real challenge there, and you know, young Wormsley, I think, on the ball now, he's had a massive impact in the game. Every time he's carried his one collision, he's a real bright prospect. But St Helens are accepting that challenge. I'm sure Nathan Brown has laid down at half-time. They found a gap in the Wigan defence. It was right round the outside. Goodness me, the ball's hit the floor. And it's how long St Helens can keep doing that and coming away with nothing before the floodgates really do open.
Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook with the mistake. And what was the pass like? Oh, it was okay.
It was all right. Nothing wrong with it at all. And it's beginning to a point of where they're despairing. Good field position.
OK, let's see what was said in those dressing rooms half-time. Terence.
Well, Nathan Brown, he's going to be disappointed because Eddie Gardner won't be back with the concussion. They're still working on Willie Manu. It's a problem with his hamstring. He just wants a bit more composure, stay positive and put more back-to-back sets together. With Wigan, how about this? 18-0 up at half-time. And Sean Wayne is not very happy with the way that they performed, especially in the last 15 minutes. He wants them to work harder, to try and play the ball quicker, to give Tompkins, Green and Smith more of a platform to play off Ed.
And as that ball went to ground, I just looked along the gantry here, and Sean Wayne just turned his back.
Well, he was disappointed, especially with Jack Hughes. You saw there that he was losing the ball before any impact in the defence. And remember, he was on his way to the try line, dropped it with no pressure on him whatsoever. Bit of butterfingers from the sub, Jack Hughes.
It's a penalty. Second push by Matty Smith, trying to get himself back into position for the play the ball, and he had hold of the shirt and pushed down.
Well, this is where momentum can go against you. It was silly play by Matty Smith. They're holding an 18-0 lead. You can't afford to just invite your opposition back into the game.
And this is where Sean Wayne as a coach will demand the very most now from his charges. You know, you do make errors in a game. There is a drop ball or a loose pass, but what he won't allow from this Wigan side is a lack of commitment and effort and desire in defence, and they're just about to be tested.
Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook drives it through, a half break, poked his nose through but couldn't get the ball away. Howarth is there at dummy half. There is Wilkin. He finds Turner over the top. I don't know exactly who he was looking for then, but the ball has bounced kindly for him. It's very early in the tackle count, that.
Well, to be fair, he saw that Pat Richards was way away from the whitewash.
Well, he was, but there was no St Helens player anywhere near it. Anyway, they've got away with it, as it turns out. And here is Flanagan, and back it comes to Wellens, and Wellens has spotted a gap. There was nobody there on his shoulder. He was looking to offload that. It's an awful play, the ball. Won't matter if Saints get over, and they're over, but have they got the ball down?
You go upstairs on this one. Well, good quick play the ball if they're getting through.
It's Paul Clough that they're all congratulating.
He's confident he's got it down. He spins round, he's not got it down there. O'Loughlin tried his damnedest, so did Liam Farrell. But I think he squeezed it down and... well, we can't see from this one. O'Loughlin tried his damnedest to spin them, so did Farrell.
And O'Loughlin suddenly, look there, his head comes back as though he's in absolute agony about something.
Yeah, I think he's got his leg trapped underneath.
Oh, there it is, there's the ball.
That's a try. Is it? There's a hand there. Well, we nearly got it. That's it.
That might be the one that decides it.
I think it was a try. It did. It touched the ground, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, the slow motion, yeah, that's got to be a try. But I'm with you, Eddie. Sean O'Loughlin, I think, has been spun over backwards. Is it the leg or the knee? Confirmation TRY, surely.
Well, it's a big moment this for Saints, and they're back in it. We said they had to score first, and they have. Paul Clough, the try scorer. The England Knights international. He missed the opening 4, his 5th in a row off the bench, and that's his first try of the year, and a timely one.
This was the kick into the corner, but really got it wrong. The idea was there, you could see that Richards, but wasn't that great stuff by Percival? He was furious, was Nathan Brown. He wasn't furious a few seconds later, when the big fella came through. Wellens tried his damnedest. Quick play of the ball, you can see there's confusion in that defence. No talking between each other. They couldn't get themselves set. They tried the damnedest, but Clough's got the try, and that's all that counts. Saints are back, and the game's on track.
And can Percival kick this? Yes, he can. He is the 5th goal kicker that Saints have used this year already. He's got a 100% record, 18-6.
And that just shows you, giving away a silly penalty, Matty Smith, way downfield, has invited the visitors back into this game. We saw the face of Sean Wayne before this fella scored the try. I'd hate to see it now.
Well, Paul Clough had a lot to do, didn't he, when he got the ball, but it was a nice, soft, catchable pass by Stuart Howarth, a player who began his rugby career playing here in the Wigan Juniors, didn't make it through and was released, ended up at Wakefield, Salford, and then finds himself now playing against his arch rivals in the biggest game of the season, in a packed crowd in his hometown, and involved in the middle of the action.
And was it Paul Wellens who actually threw that ball off the floor? There's the penalty, back on for a second bite. Absolutely no need to give a penalty away in that decision, in that situation, and it allowed St Helens good ball, good field position. I was saying, was it Paul Wellens who just flicked that ball off the floor? Almost impossible pass, and a man playing completely out of position.
Well, there is now a glimmer of hope for St Helens. This fella's had a big impact. Walmsley.
Impressive, yes. Needs a good pair of shorts, though.
High kick from Wilkin is a bit long, a bit deep, and safely pounced by Richards. Saints get to him, though.
But look where they are. Only 5 metres away from the line. This is real pressure.
Soliola flying in and brings Charnley down.
It's amazing what a try can do to a side. It looked all over, didn't it? Curtains at half-time, 18-0. Wigan in full control. And Saints have bounced back.
Since the half-time break, St Helens had most of possession, haven't they? Wigan looked a little flat on the defence here now. And the test is, can St Helens continue to apply the pressure when they don't have the ball? Wigan did it to them in the first half. How many Saints players can close down O'Loughlin, prevent a quick play of the ball and control that ruck area?
It was a great run from Scott Taylor that got Wigan out of trouble and up to this position for the kick to come in.
Well, I'm not so sure that was a good option. Giving it to a second rower, Liam Farrell on that blind side. They've got Blake Green out there and Matty Smith. They've got to start taking control. They're a little bit confused at the home side at the moment.
Just a signal there, Mike. They look a little bit rattled, don't they? You know, St Helens scoring that try against the run of play. They've forced themselves into that situation. I'm sure Liam Farrell, although, you know, he'll aim up, he'll put his foot to the ball. It's not within their game plan.
Howarth fires the pass infield to Wilkin. He finds Wellens. Short ball then from Wellens to Mark Flanagan. Flanagan gets the hands free and releases the pass. Wilkin then flicks the ball up once again. Here is Louis McCarthy, Scarisbrook. Oh, that's a knock on.
And that'll be another set.
Darryl Goulding
St Helens
couldn't resist this.
Yeah, he realised he was out of position, and Sia Soliola had been right the way through the gap.
The Wigan fans will be just getting a little concerned, and no one less concerned than a young lady called Mary Prescott, who we interviewed a few years ago on Boots and All. We carried an interview with her. Bill Arthur spent some time with her. She's celebrating her 75th birthday today. We remember you well, Mary, on Sky Sports. We wish you a very happy birthday from all of us here. And a couple of other people celebrating birthdays today as well, I should mention. The one and only Martin Carroll. It's his birthday tomorrow, actually. And the lovely Beverly Smith, it's her birthday today. 21 again, plus VAT.
VAT, eh?
Here is Sia Soliola. St Helens have got the sniff of something here. That ball has come free, and who touched it last? Who flicked it last? Was it touched? Was it touched by Wigan?
Well,
he's asking the video referee Phil Bentham to take a look at this.
It was a Wigan player. It's Goulding. I think Goulding's got a touch of this. Well, he certainly took out Turner.
Does it touch him? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a big call. I think it did.
Referee's given Wigan head and feed, not touched, he says.
Oh, I think he's got the shoulder. Never mind, it's a big relief, huge relief, in fact.
Wilkin reluctantly gave the ball to Matty Smith then to feed this scrum.
If looks could have killed there, it's unbelievable.
I think there's a big relief as well for Jack Hughes. He's, I think, a second rower by trade coming through the junior ranks. He's played a lot at centre for Wigan as he's got into the first team. Back in the second row in a massive derby game today. And Sia Soliola just getting him on the outside on that play, maybe looking to put a little bit more pressure on one of the younger, more inexperienced members of the Wigan side.
Oh, here's a chance for foul. It was Saints in retreat then. Good job, Soliola got to him. Wigan on the front foot again with McAlorum.
Soliola is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, has he pinched that? No.
He tried to. McAlorum, quick play the ball.
Tompkins gets the ball to Chan, who had to stretch forward for it. There was a doubt about that. He's lost it.
It was on the last.
That's on the last anyway.
Yeah. Now that surprises me. Sean Wayne will not be happy with that. They've got good kickers out there. They haven't had good field position in the second stanza at all, the home outfit.
Well, they're desperate to keep St Helens' pen back here now.
Well, it's a kicking game that can change it around. You can just diffuse all the pressure that St Helens are applying. Just settle down on the Warrior camp and get the kicking game from Matty Smith and Blake Green working.
Now there's some men wide here for the Saints. That's Josh Jones. This is Mark Flanagan. Mark Flanagan began his career at Wigan, headed off to the NRL in Australia. Back he came to the Saints. There was nowhere then that they were going.
Going to be high kick. Get the bomb up.
And Wilkin is running this. And Wilkin tried to get the pass away to Louis McCarthy Scarisbrook and couldn't.
There was a huge gap there as well. McCarthy Scarisbrook the prop forward, but he just couldn't get it.
It's difficult for Wilkin. He's not a six, is he?
No, and Matty Smith did very well just to hang on then, didn't he? Just did enough. But you've got to praise John Wilkin for having the foresight, the vision to even see that play, let alone trying to attempt to put it on.
I think he was under pressure as well because he needed to get the kick away through the dummy.
All the possession that Saints have had clearly helping them, I think, here now. They've looked stronger. Nathan Brown's changed some things and obviously had an influence in the half-time break. But his side now are tested again with that defence. We're going to have that two ways of attack, don't they? Several options for the man with the ball, and it's been devastating so far.
Forward pass. The referee's whistle sounded. It's a forward pass. Sam Tompkins with a flash of petulance.
Well, that's silly. Silly from Sam Tompkins. It was a forward pass, no doubt about it. Daryl Goulden held onto it just a split second too long. A bit of petulance and there's a little bit of an activity by Sam Tompkins just before half-time as well, where he patted the opposition on the head. He wants to concentrate. Ron Wayne, the coach, no doubt to get the message out and say, come on, we need to concentrate out there as players. They've lost the spark of Wigan.
Well, that frustration, Mike, that we saw from Sean Wayne at half-time. Oh, he's played in enough of these big games. 18-0 on the scoreboard looks an awful lot, but you can have that clawed back from you. And Wigan did blow 2 or 3 really clear-cut scoring chances where they're through the line. It was a catch the ball, put it down, and Wigan could have been in a really good position. But they're in a fight, and you have to credit St Helens for clawing their way back into this game.
Wellens gets them over halfway. Howarth and Mark Flanagan.
And talking of Stuart Howarth, he's given a good service. He's played his part.
High again off the boot of Wilkin, but a bit deep.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with that. Won't be too unhappy with the chase, though.
I say he has played there with distinction at standoff in the past for St Helens. John Wilkin.
I must say, St Helens is starting to have a little bit of niggly out there, and I don't think we can like it. There's a player out.
It's Paul Wellens, I think.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yes, his legs have gone. Here is Charnley, the playing on. Good tackle, Soliola needed it too, but Saints stretched horribly in defence. There's holes everywhere. Can Blake Green exploit one of them? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. And it is a try for Wigan from Don Crosby. A smile at last from Sean Wayne. Wellens out of position and wandering around with no legs, really. He was looking like Bambi. Completely out of it. Holes everywhere in the defence. And Wigan were quick to exploit. And Don Crosby goes over for the try that redresses the balance in his first Wigan Saints derby.
Good play by Charnley. Look how he gets on with it. Play the ball quickly. And this is good footwork. But what's the pass from Blake Green? In and out, pulls them through. He pulls them on to him. It leaves an enormous gap for Crosby. He's impressed me. In fact, the two prop forwards, Ben Flower, Don Crosby, they've played their part. And yes, oh yes, that's a smile. And that's a grin. But he knows it's important. The pass from Blake Green, the in and out, sucking the defender, was superb.
And Paul Wellens in a spotted bother. And Richards here to add the extras. Which he does with his. It's 24 points to 6. Well, St Helens responded first, and Wigan have hit back.
Well, you know, this is a great piece of play from the Wigan Warriors. Little in and away, and the big prop forward who's had a great game into the Wigan side and wants to make his mark, Don Crosby. You know, there's some things you really do like about this game. And for me, it's not all over for St Helens. They may be on the wrong end of the scoreboard this afternoon, but there's a piece of play in the background then, Eddie. You alluded to it in Paul Wellens. He was out for the count. He had no idea where he was. He got to his feet and he sprinted back nearly 70 metres. And even the St Helens physio, the former winger, Joey Hayes, could almost not keep up with him. And Saints are still back in the fight.
Well, they made the right porridge, and Sam Tompkins having
He's got to sim with him. He has to sim in the play. Is it Smith? Watch. This is a try for St Helens until Smith kicks the ball out of play. He's not allowed to touch the ball. Kicks out of play. That's a St Helens try.
Yes, you're right. That's a professional foul.
And I think he's thinking about it.
He was in the field of play, Richard Silverwood. It's a penalty. He's given Saints a penalty, but he should really take action here, shouldn't he?
Should do.
All he has to do is pick up the ball and put it on the line.
Well, Ben Flower and Sam Tompkins are having a right old battle with him. Someone should have called. They're probably saying, well, you backed into me.
Well, he's got it spot on, Richard Silverwood. When he's touched it, he's offside. But Phil is right, because there was a St Helens player about to pick it up and he kicked it away.
Well, it's very rare they do give it that situation. Professionally, he could have gone, couldn't he, for the sin bin?
Yes, absolutely. Lucky Matty Smith. This is Wilkin. Well, St Helens denied 6 points there.
Well, sadly, it took a while before the St Helens players realised that Matty Smith and the ball was there for the taking.
Oh, they're close again here. And it was Anthony Walker. Here is Wellens. Flanagan out the back door. He had to wait for it, and he did Josh Jones, and here's another penalty for offside. Again.
Quick tap, get on with it. Isn't it amazing? How many times do we see it? Lack of concentration. They scored a try from the kickoff, made a right meal of it.
Wellens. And chances here for St Helens again. Makinson plays it. Howard. Soliola tries to give it short, but hands on. Melly will have the dash, and Melly gets over. The crowd behind will give this, and Richard Silverwood will confirm it. Francis Melly with the try.
And the weird thing about that try, Eddie, is that it could have been a penalty to Wigan. I think he played the ball before he actually regained his feet. This is the mix-up, and it was a huge mix-up between Flower and Sam Tompkins, and a right old go at himself. Very fortunate Matty Smith is not in the sin bin. Now then, did he regain his feet, Soliola, before this? Definitely got it down. Oh, it's 50-50. I reckon he was knocked to his feet. What a great effort. That's all he needs. What's this? He could have been penalised. Either way, it's been waved away by Richard Silverwood, and Saints are back in it.
With Francis Melly's 14th try in his career against Wigan. 137 tries in all, and for this year, that's try number 8. He got a try last week against Salford as well. He's 34 years young, Francis Melly. He's playing okay, isn't he, even at that age? Now then, other end of the age scale, Mark Percival. This is a bit more testing for the young man, and he's tried to draw it round. It goes the wrong side.
Well, controversy surrounding this one. Watch Soliola. You've got to regain your feet. And he doesn't. He puts the ball down like that. That could have been a penalty against Saints, as it is. Francis Melly has given them a sniff of a chance.
An hour gone. A quarter of the match remaining exactly as Richards restarts with a 14-point advantage.
Well, St Helens could have been hard done to, couldn't they, with the Matty Smith, should it have been a sin bin or not situation, and you're quite right, Mike, there's enough in there to think there could have been a penalty, but Francis Melly is a mad mountain of a winger. He saw Jack Hughes, a little bit of inexperience on the Wigan try line, and took him over the whitewash with him. And I just got to keep looking at Paul Wellens. I'm almost focused on him in the back of play. He's been out on his feet 3 or 4 times. I said it before. He's a full-back playing at scrum half. He's on the ball now. I don't know how he's still on the field. He's been out injured for a part of the season as well. He must be absolutely physically and mentally exhausted. And he's still in the game. They're still in the fight. And at 24-10, you couldn't write off St Helens.
Well, they've done well because they've had so much possession. Wigan starting to miss one or two tackles, but that handling error clearly won't help them.
Well, he was looking for the short ball with Soliola to Turner, and he thought better of it. He thought that maybe Francis Melly had a better chance. He just sucked in Josh Charnley just sufficiently.
Well, we said right at the start of the game, Mike, didn't we? We didn't know, or we had to think about how St Helens would approach this game. They've got 5 different people in the 5 key positional plays for positions of fullback, scrum half, standoff, hooker and loose forward. Would it be 5 drives and a kick and a little bit of graft in defence? Absolutely not. It's St Helens playing flamboyantly, getting their arms free.
They've been really good, the Saints, in the second half at making metres, making ground. That usually results in more points, and the stats are saying they're a little bit closer than the scoreline suggests at present.
Tompkins was nearly through. Goulding gets the pass away.
Looks
to Chris Tewson.
Looks slightly forward as well. Tewson seemed to overrun it.
He's the try scorer, the latest one anyway for Wigan. That's Don Crosby.
Such a big unit, isn't he? Hard to get down.
O'Loughlin, good ball. Ben Flower. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook gets him in a headlock. Well, that also could be deemed to be a professional foul. Blake Green is saying as much to Richard Silverwood.
Well, he just wouldn't release him, would he? McCarthy Scarsbrook just kept hold of him. That's another professional foul.
It is.
Well, I must say, of late, the officials are letting the game flow a lot more.
Green pops the ball up. Here comes Crosby again. And Wigan know that this could again snuff out the revival. I'm talking about snuffing out. Again, McCarthy Scarsbrook, he could be away here.
Surely he's got to go.
No. Sort yourself out, he says to McCarthy Scarsbrook. It's everybody now holding their breath, seeing what's coming here. With Green, well, big collision, a dummy, and he didn't take it, did Anthony Lafranchi. Mackilora, oh, a fumble, it's chance gone. Don Crosby was hunting his second try.
And he knows it as well. He just had a little bit of white line fever here. It was good pressure though, wasn't it? Boy, how did they get away with that, St Helens? Well, that would lift the coach, Nathan Brown. And it was good work from McCarthy Scarsbrook. A bit of a
Blake Green still churring at the referee about how many before you're in the bin.
Richard Silverwood said, go away. You're irritating.
Blake Green was very quickly on to Mark Percival then. Was he onside at the scrum, Blake Green?
Boy, there's some power coming into these tackles now.
Soliola will drive it forward. Now, was Blake Green onside here?
Just.
Quick play the ball, Howarth and Wilkin again. The ball stands in front of Sam Tompkins, who will bring this back, but always as far as Stuart Howarth. Richards. Well, Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook has been withdrawn by Nathan Brown. He had 2 penalties in quick succession against him.
Well, he knows that he could have had a 10-minute stint, and
Crosby is getting more and more involved. What a great run. What a super run.
He's had a big game. I keep mentioning it, but both Ben Flower and Don Crosby, they really have worked themselves to near standstill. Was that forward? It looked it. got away with it. This has got to be high, get a good kick.
Green finds Smith, here's the boot. Wide looking for Charnley on this right-hand side. Melly is after it, Melly has dropped it. Now where did that seemed to go forward and come back into Melly's arms, didn't it? Did it come off his own player? I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, if it had hit a Wigan player, it would have been deemed to be a knock-on.
Yes.
But the official said no.
And if it hit the Saints player, it's a...
It just hit himself, Eddie.
Yeah.
It hit him and then he got a fingertip to it and flicked it back, did he?
Got to be careful, Wigan, now.
Well, we did well there, didn't he, Melly?
Can't afford to concede another try. They're getting a little bit frustrated. It's been much better by the visitors. And he's done all right, hasn't he, this fella, Stuart Howard?
He has, he's not let anyone down. Jordan Turner gets them almost to halfway on the last tackle. So wait for the kick. It's with Wilkin again. And that's straight to Richards.
Not the best. And he knows it. Though he does make me nervous, doesn't he? There's a lot of players carry the ball with one hand. They defuse a high kick and then they just run away with it with one hand. It's a real big target.
Don't forget Hull KR is not too far away now. Match will kick off in just under an hour, but we're on air at 2:30. Meanwhile, Matty Smith has escaped the net.
Good work by Turner.
They are appealing there that Chris Hewson was tackled without the ball.
I think it's simultaneous. Good work by Matty Smith. Yeah, he couldn't decide one way or the other. But it was good work by Jordan Turner.
Well, your scramble defence is usually the last in the book because there's usually nothing else if it doesn't work out, and it did then force St Helens desperate in defence, and it was just enough. You've got to really give a special mention in dispatches for Stuart Howarth as well. I don't know how many 80-minute stints he's done in the season so far at Salford, but it looks like he's going to have to do the full stint here for St Helens, and they've picked on him, they've gone right at him in the middle of the field, but he's really dug in and had a go.
That's 4. Move! On the way, Scott, keep going. Go, good. 4.
So here come the Saints again with Wilkin. That was a pass that went to ground in front of Makinson. Turner had to retreat and pick it up, which he does. Oh, that's a brilliant ball over the head to Melly. He's got Makinson with him. Charnley's there, but he's not going to stop it. Makinson scores the try for Saints.
Brilliant stuff.
What about the overhead pass from Jordan Turner? And then Makinson had the speed to get up there and keep in support with Melly, and he took the pass and he scores the try. Be delighted with that, will Nathan Brown.
This is... What a beautiful try. Came about from a very poor pass, wasn't it? By Wilkin. And then Turner. How on earth? Melly said, anybody there? Yeah, full back, Tommy Makinson. Got a bit of a bad knock on the leg in the first half, but he's certainly recovered. This is unbelievable. Great position wanted by Francis Melly. Cool, calm, collected. Catch me if you can, and the answer is no. And he's happy. He's every right to be. Boy, what a finish to this match.
Well, Tommy Makinson got 14 tries last year in 24 appearances. He's operating at full-back. He's been wing and stand-off as well in his career, Tommy. And that's his second try of the season. And Percival now, can he add the extras here? Because this would make it 24-16. And all to play for. And he manages it this time. Readjusts the sights. 24-16. It's not over.
Well, there's a brilliant skill. You know, they've had a lot of ball in the second half. They need to use it well. They do here, and Makinson deserves his try. He's fast, he's dangerous, and the rest of his team will need to be delighting the box around Nathan Brown. Him and the staff from St Helens are pleased with that. You know, there's 10 minutes to go, just slightly over. It's nothing at all for St Helens to lose, and probably, Eddie, when the Saints are at their most dangerous.
Oh, we've seen it in the past, haven't we? But in those days, the men writing the scripts were men like Long and Cunningham and Sculthorpe. Here, it's this new breed. And it's certainly narrowed the margins. 10 minutes remaining, 8 points.
Well, we keep mentioning the fact that Wigan have to just get their composure back, get good field position, and they're in a panic situation where they shouldn't be. They were leading 24-6, then it was 24-10, 24-16, and the nerves are fluttering. And you've got to admire the way that Saints are keeping this ball alive. They know they've got to gamble.
And they've got Mark Flanagan now in at number 9. He's playing dummy half because Howarth has had to have a breather and get off the field. A loose forward playing in that number 9 position, and he's working exceptionally hard to get to every play of the ball.
The Frankie goes down on the last tackle. We're at the kick again, and it's got to be with Wilkin, and that will turn Charnley around. This is a great kick. Oh, it's going to skip its way dead.
Yeah, it's had the backspin, but just caught on the apex and propelled it forward. I'll be disappointed with that, and Wigan won't be rushing this, that is for sure. There's no heroics at this particular time.
Richards drives it out.
He's met by Anthony Walker.
That was always a mark of respect then, Mike, wasn't it, from Sam Tompkins to this St Helens outfit to slow it down, take his time on that restart. The St Helens do look like the side that has the advantage in terms of momentum and spirit at the minute.
But that can all change in the blink of an eye, and here comes Tompkins.
Saints are down to 12, Walker receiving treatment in back play.
And there's another man just getting back into the defensive line as well. It's Paul Clough, I think. He's gritting his teeth to get in there. And here comes Liam Farrell, and wide they go to Pat Richards! And they won't stop Richards!
They'll go upstairs, there was a bobble. He reached down. And poor Saints were down to 12 men.
Yes, Anthony Walker in the other half of the field, and he's furious that he's not involved in this. Oh, it's an inch, but he's absolutely spot on, is Pat Richards.
Has he ever? And, you know, it's just the heel of the boot that is elevated. The toes are in the field of play, and that is confirmation. And, boy, what a great relief that will be. Nice finish. First real bit of quality and skill we've seen from Wigan for quite some time in this second half. But he knows the way to finish. Upper body strength, and the boots digging into the ground, sufficient. Here comes the TRY, and listen to this capacity crowd.
Pat Richards with his second try of the match. He began the scoring for Wigan in the 9th minute, and he's just maybe snuffed out the St Helens revival yet again. And young Walker has been held from the field while all that was going on.
Well, Wigan have been successful by shifting the ball in the last few games. They shifted wide to Pat Richards and Charlie. Great confidence and try-scoring form at present. Give them some space. Wonderful pass there from Farrell, straight into the hands of Richards, and probably the match and the relief here of a good Friday derby victory for Wigan. Finished off well. They started the game strongly, and it looks as though they're going to finish it strong. Nice finish from Pat Richards. Now then, can he add 2 points from the side? Just make it a perfect 6.
Well, if anybody can, this fella can. A few better in the competition than Kevin Sinfield. Richards up there with him. But he misses this time. 28-16. 12 points for the draw. We got a cracking draw last night, didn't we?
Certainly did. And the ability late in the second half to get the link working, just got the overlapping time, is a great finisher.
Well, if there is anything like a moral victory in defeat, are we seeing it here for St Helens?
I think so. They were working exceptionally hard in defence there, and the quality of Wigan sensed that. Slow restart from Sam Tompkins, player down injured. Wigan poured up the middle of the field. Tompkins came in and got on the ball again. And then Liam Farrell, second row forward. We've seen him kick at some point in the game. That was a brilliant pass from Liam Farrell that exploited where St Helens have had to condense in defence and left a little bit of a gap out wide.
Well, it's left them with the home side breathing a little bit easier now. and that'll lift their confidence.
Good run from Scott Taylor. McIlorum just pops it up to Farrell. He then finds Thornley. And the Wigan crowd on the far side weren't happy with that tackle.
Felt it as well, Thornley. Ricochet. That should be head and feet to Saints. Ball hit the man, I feel.
And now, hang on, as he approached the ball there, and there's his legs and arms all over the shop. Well, that's the tackle that the Wigan fans weren't happy about on Thornley, but that's got nothing to do with this decision.
I think he's just protecting himself, surely.
Well, it wasn't Jones, I don't think it hit, was it? It was Lafranchi, wasn't it? No, he just turned his back.
Yeah.
Head and feet, Saints.
You've agreed with me for once.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never disagree with you. If you say this is Boxing Day, that'll do for me. Feels like Boxing Day, these temperatures, but never mind.
You're right there. The only thing missing is a present, but that doesn't surprise me.
Jordan Turner now.
Well, I think we can safely say as the clock ticks down that Wigan will take the 2 valuable points, but
yeah, they're at the top of the table. They'll dislodge the Dragons right now.
But this has been
for how long?
This has been a wonderful effort by St Helens in the second half, you know.
It has. I think it's 3 tries to 2 second half.
16-10, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 tries to 2 to Saints. You don't get much for that, though, do you? Apart from well done from your coach, probably, for battling away.
Well, there's been so many injuries, haven't there, on the St Helens side. I know that Wigan have their share of problems as well in that department, but you know, they looked out for it. You know, at 18-0, it could have been higher than that, couldn't it?
Could have been double.
Yeah,
we were saying at half-time, Phil and I, could have been 36.
But they've come to the plate, haven't they? Saints in the second half.
Well, I think there's lots of mentions in dispatches for St Helens players. Wigan, I think, obviously going to go away with the spoils in this big afternoon in the local derby. But Alex Walkley, for one, off the bench for St Helens. I don't think he's lost one contact. Every time he's carried the ball, he's through the St Helens line. And they've been tested with so many pivotal players playing out of position.
Oh, it's Chandler. He's quick as this guy, as we all know. Louis McCarthy's Garsborough gets to him.
It's got to be a sin bin, but he's allowing it play on. I think he knows that they've got them rattled.
Chandy again. Oh, it's opened up suddenly. That's the last. It's the turnover.
But it was worth a try with a scoreline of 28-16.
Well, I don't know whether Louis McCarthy's Garsborough wants a future career in WWE wrestling, because he's had people in headlocks and he's had all sorts going on today. Watch this. Oh, well, maybe not.
Yeah, it's like a mosquito buzzing around in the bedroom, and you know at one point it's going to get you.
Well, the Wigan supporters are celebrating because they know it's victory for them this Good Friday. Melly has got land ahead of him. Comes infield though and is clobbered by Golding.
I think Melly just took one look there and said, well, there's half a gap, but I don't think I've got it. I don't think I've got the energy.
You have to wonder, and I'm taking nothing away from Wigan here, you have to wonder what would have happened had Saints had their full complement of players out there today.
Play on, play on. Tompkins looks at the official. Good work by Wellens.
Well, it could have changed the momentum, and that could be said, obviously, for Wigan with 6 members of their pack not on show. But you can only deal with what's available. I'm sure Sean, weighing on behalf of Wigan, would like to have a little bit more clinical finishing, certainly in the first half. But as far as spirit's concerned, St Helens, I think, played well and truly above what they could have done today, with so many players in the key positions not available to them.
But Wigan have certainly been the dominant force, there's no doubt about that. That first half, even though I don't think Sean was that impressed, and Terry confirmed that from the sidelines just after half-time, they could have won this by the end of the first half.
Well, as you say, he looks for perfection, doesn't he, Sean Wayne? But he'll be happy with the way that this young pack has really responded. They've been outstanding yet again,
Matty
both
Smith,
in attack and defence.
little icing on the cake, no. Melly sees to it that that's going nowhere other than to his arms.
I think what we get from this game, there's more and better to come for both of these sides as the Super League season progresses. Massive effort in an Easter derby from both camps. There'll be one or two clubs looking around at this game thinking these two teams are only going to get better.
Yes, as the temperature warms up, the grounds get firmer, and we have a real stint of summer rugby. Andrew, same will be said for Warrington as well. Oh, they've spilled it. Here's Darryl Goulding. Warrington, Huddersfield, they'll fancy Leeds. They'll all fancy the chances, won't they? When it gets a bit warmer. Greg Burke, into the last minute we go. Michael McIlorum. Now can Wigan just post the 30 points? Scott Taylor trundling it into the 20-metre zone. They're looking for a try here to send their supporters home even happier. They might get it. They might get it because here's Tompkins. That ball was dropped and it's a knock-on.
He thinks he scored, but it was a knock-on given by the official.
I thought that went backwards.
Yeah, it looked it to me too. Jones certainly put him under pressure. That definitely went backwards.
You've said it before, though. Any fumble in this sport is penalised.
Yeah, it's been difficult.
Well, the players decided that was enough. They didn't take any rush to form the scrum. The Wigan supporters are very happy, as they will be, because they've beaten their nearest and dearest rivals.